welcome to Deep Dives with Dogs. Well, today we're gonna talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Napoleon Bonaparte. Um, so Napoleon, obviously, we probably all know who he is, but for those who don't somehow, Napoleon is the general, best conqueror in all of history, the best general in all of history, really. Um, I believe he's the most successful, which is just crazy. There's a few others up there with him. Um, Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great, a few other people. But yeah, Napoleon, very successful, and not just at making war, but also statesmanship. France kind of thrives under him for a bit. We don't necessarily think about it as much, because a lot of times we'll focus on his um, conquering and his empire building. But Napoleon really does exemplify the conqueror with ideals, I guess is what you could say. He really believed in a lot of the French Revolution. I mean, he should, obviously. It helped get him where he was. But a lot of the French Revolution will be spread also, in turn, because of Napoleon, because he believes in these things. Now, some things he didn't believe. He did change some of the things from the Revolution. But there's a lot of the Revolution that Napoleon very much found, well, maybe useful, you could say, but found was good. And to be fair, he's not really all that wrong. A lot of the French Revolution, well, yes, it kind of devolved into the Terror and a few other things, but a lot of the French Revolution did have, of course, good intentions. It allowed people to rise to stations they maybe wouldn't have been able to. People are sat on a more equal footing in life. Um, you don't have to rely on the monarchy in a way that you did before. I mean, the monarchy basically disintegrates because of Napoleon. They try to come back, and then obviously he takes over again, and then they kind of come back a little bit again, and then there's another revolution in France because it's just, yeah, it's so bad. And then the French Revolution will influence basically all of Europe, and it's mostly because of Napoleon. A lot of the European powers were very scared by the French Revolution. That's kind of why they attacked Napoleon and France during this time. I mean, they attack before Napoleon really takes over, but they attack France to try to take over so that they can stop the French Revolution, but it doesn't matter. The French Revolution is a game changer to Europe, and I mean, you can go back even a little further than that to the American Revolution, which influences the French Revolution. Literally, some of the founding fathers of America were there when all this was going down and helped just a little bit. But yeah, Napoleon figures himself an emperor, proclaims the French Empire in 1804, and will have his hand tightly grasped around Europe for quite a while. And even when he's gone, his influence is still there. The European powers were kind of terrified of him. That's why they team up so many times to try to defeat him, but they lose over and over and over. Really, the only one that puts up any kind of resistance for a long time is the United Kingdom, Great Britain. But even it's mostly just that they can't be invaded. So they just weren't able to be invaded. That's literally the only reason. And they had a lot of money. Don't know how. I mean, I do, but it's they had their empire was making them lots of money. But it's kind of funny because the whole American Revolution happens it's not all that long ago because Britain is so in debt because of the 7 Years' War and the protection that it gave to the United States, or what would become the United States. And then during all the Napoleon stuff, they're just like, "Woo, we got money! Who wants money to help beat Napoleon?" It's just kind of funny. But obviously, eventually Napoleon is defeated. Um, the first time, then he comes back, almost gets his way again, but it doesn't happen. Realistically, it wasn't going to. He probably should have waited just a little longer to come back. Because once the Council of Vienna was over, if Napoleon would have come back, realistically, he probably could have held it on to his throne. But he didn't wait. So, but that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you have anyone that can improve these videos, leave a comment down below. I always appreciate your feedback. And as always, subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Thank you.